Chidikoff has some trouble with it, stripped by Nico Hischier. Now the Devils have a chance here. Break for Timo Meier, off the post. But he sticks with it. Meier backhand save. Chopped that by Hamilton off the side of the net.
So much better in the last month for the Devils. Chips it to Meier. He's off to the races, the quick shot. And that kind of sums up some of the tough luck we've seen from Timo Meier this year. Great shot, great idea, rips it off the pipe. He beats the goaltender, but just doesn't find the back. The offensive zone, it's fun to watch, isn't it, fellas? I mean, even the Penguins, you could see everybody quickly trying to change and look at.
Jalowski flings a shot that gets deflected wide.
Well, that's one of the reasons you have to be excited about next year as well.
Nice move by the Devils defenseman, and it goes off of the pad and out. Kovacevic hits the shot.
Are going to be even better, you hope, to add to that core that we know are probably going to produce more offense consistently. Look at that move by Kovacevic. Yeah. Nice little pass, and the little stick handle pulls that puck to the middle. Nifty little play. We don't see.
Kovacevic keeps, leaves back to the near wall. Hallinan, McLaughlin tries a wrap around, it won't go. Letang, Dillon back out to the point. Chidikoff keeps, but it's taken away by Timo Meier on a 2-on-2. Meier, Mercer, Hischier joins the party. Meier with a backhand and a save by Skinner, and he holds on to start this game. But we're scoreless. Allen aggressive, out of his crease to Dillon. Gets cut off by Rust. For support, Nemitz pokes it off the wall, but it's held in. Pass goes to Chidikoff. Back out to the far wing shot, and they score. Good puck movement by the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Rust gets the Pittsburgh Penguins the goal, and they take a 1-0 lead.
Play by Chidikoff. He freezes the Devils defenders. He's a very highly skilled player, has great vision, sees the ice well. Devils overcommit a little bit, and Rust does a really good job of redirecting it on his forehand. He had to get a lot on it because he's up high. The Penguins' first shot had been all Devils prior to that. And again, they dominate, they hit a post, they have chances, and the opposition executes one play. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh.
Raquel with a shot and a save by Allen. Novak, Clifton, Malkin, shot goes wide. Jay wastes no time on a sharp angle save. Rebound by Raquel is knocked away.
Yeah, they're still led by Malkin and Crosby, who have turned back the clock a little bit. Carlson as well on the back end.
Blast by Malkin is saved by Allen, and he squeezes it tight.
This team went from old and slow to young and fast, it seems, and
overnight.
You know, to get everyone to buy in like that is pretty remarkable, quite frankly.
Brazeau can't angle it in front of the net, so instead off the dasher to Clifton. Back to the point. Kindle's shot saved by Allen through traffic. Knocked out of the zone. Here comes Brown. Brown with Clifton. Brown shot, and it deflects just off the side of the net. Versus the Bruins, as the Devils are left to play the role of spoiler. Taken away by Hischier. Climbs to the circle. Point. Nemitz flings a shot that's gloved by Skinner.
Skinner's had to make a few saves. A post early by Meier. And there's a shot from the point off a face-off win.
Devils have played well, but Pittsburgh's got the first tally. Here comes Malkin with a shot that deflects wide. Pokes at the rebound, pops into the air, comes down around Mercer, taken by Novak. Sliding shot by Malkin, and a good job by Allen to angle him away from the net.
That looked like a sure goal.
I couldn't see it from here. Did he make the save?
I don't know if he got a piece of it or not, but he was down and ended up going wide.
Tapped in the corner. Jack Hughes, that's stolen by Brazeau. Drives back behind the net. Center pass to Raquel, and 2 point-blank save by Allen.
Spectacular saves by Jake Allen. Right on the doorstep, and you mentioned, Donnie, one shot, then the rebound, and he stayed with it. Made a couple of great saves.
Back up the wall, reached for by Hamanaho. He's going to poke it back into the neutral zone. Makes a nice move around Clifton. Here comes Hamanaho with a shot. Chest save, rebound. Goes off the side of the net. And that's kicked aside by Allen thanks to the reach of Kovacevic's stick. That got in the way of the shot. Pittsburgh still buzzing with Carlson, a blast. That's sticked aside by Allen. Crosby collects. Can't kick it to his stick. But then he gets it back. Centering pass to Chidikoff, save. Rust trying to wait out Allen, and it goes off the side of the net. Crosby trying to bank it in, but Allen says no.
Do the split somewhat and make sure that he had the right post covered with the left pad. That's your New Jersey Lottery $1 million replay. Both goaltenders.
Shot. Rebounds to Hughes. Couldn't pull the trigger, so back to the point. Nemitz. Dillon. Hard pass to Jack. Drives to the circle. Drives back behind the net. Wrap around. Doesn't go. Gets it back. Fires a shot to deflects off the chest of Letang. Raquel. Novak. Blast and a glove save by Allen.
What a setup and pass from Malkin to Novak.
Eli Volvo Cars.
Excuse me. It wasn't Malkin. I thought it was Malkin that made the pass, but nonetheless, out to Novak. He got all of it, and Allen just picks it up the last second.
This period is because they're all coming back. You talked about how they're, getting in between the dots and protecting the inside, and that's allowing them to transition pretty fast.
Here's a break for Cotter, alone, backhand, forehand, backhand again, and scores! And the Devils tie the game up at 1 as Cotter picks up his first point in 11 games.
Well, Pittsburgh's playing defensively. If this is going to be the result.
What an alley-oop pass from the Devil zone. Cotter on the breakaway, and that's his element. He's a guy that can make plays, make moves. He goes to the backhand, shows good patience, just enough. Pushes that puck to his backhand and delays.
Kovacevic waits for it at the far point. Chested down by Bratt. Spins around Raquel. In the corner. Lost to Malkin. Malkin backhands it up the ice, and here comes Pittsburgh. Now a 3-on-2 opens up. Carlson. There's a shot by Novak off the feed from Malkin, and just like that, it's 2-1.
That was a nice passing play there. Not too much you can do on that one. That's Jake Allen.
Here, Bryce. Off the rush, in transition, just a completely different team. Carlson with the pass. Malkin receives it from Carlson, and watch this little backhand right in the wheelhouse of Novak, who had missed earlier on a one-timer before the Devils had scored. We showed on a terrific save from Allen, but this is a nice transition passing play, and Novak on his stick, off his stick, upstairs. Penguins get the lead right back.
Yeah, his release there made that whole shot. Uh-oh.
Here's another opportunity for Pittsburgh. Backhand, they score. Chinakhov. And now it's 3-1.
This just can't happen here. It's happened too often throughout the season where, you concede some momentum by giving up a goal, and then the next shift or two.
Well, we saw too many outnumbered situations last game against Philadelphia, and this is kind of similar to the Cotter goal, meaning the high flip, and Chinakhov, who's got a lot of speed, it's right off the draw. The Devils defensemen get a little too far apart. Chinakhov makes a really heads-up smart play in the neutral zone. Hamilton's with him, but then he breaks to the middle.
Saved by Skinner. Brown's got the rebound back at the point. Siegenthaler. Back to Jack straight away. His drive score! We'll see if this tips something in front, but the Devils right back in the game. It's 3-2.
I look like somebody got a stick on that Jack Hughes. They needed some kind of spark to get things going and get the building a little more energized. Nice little play from Siegenthaler. Jack Hughes comes back. Did that hit a Penguin?
I think it hit Wotherspoon's stick.
I think you're right there.
Better look here. Yeah, no question. It's Wotherspoon. So that's going to be a Jack Hughes goal as Wotherspoon's shaft gets in the way and deflects up and past.
Siegenthaler, 8 points in his last 10 games. Still looking for his first goal of the year. Hughes, his goal in the second period made it a 3-2 game. Drives to the wing. Great pass to Siegenthaler. Better save by Skinner.
With a lot of assists for a defensive guy. 8 assists in his last 10 games that you mentioned. And he's set up by Jack Hughes. Joins the attack. Right down the middle, and a great opportunity in the slot on a feed from who else? Right on the tape by Jack Hughes.
Ryan Shea back out to center. Crosby off the dasher for Chinakhov. Chinakhov stops, forehand, looking for Crosby, goes off the wall. Shea flips it back to Chinakhov. He overskates it right to Crosby with the backhand, and it just won't go. Then he jams it home on the bank shot, and it's 4-2.
Not too many players have the dexterity and the hand-eye coordination to get that shot off.
Chinakhov rifles it right through the crease, a slingshot. Nobody was home there. There's Crosby, go to the backhand, stays with it. And that's all right here. He misses on the backhand off the heel, but he stops. That's such an important piece of that. This is what Crosby does with consistency for so many years. It just doesn't quit. A lot of guys might have circled away or, not gain control of that puck again. It goes off the...
They've allowed power play goals in 6 of their last 7. Malkin, cross ice, Rust. That's deflected by Kovacevic, who collects. Pittsburgh's won 56% of them. And they control this one. Carlson tries the empty net and scores. They're about 175 feet away. And that's going to be the dagger. 17 minutes into the third, Pittsburgh takes the 3-goal lead.
And now it's Carlson's turn. And bullseye.